Yesterday, and I felt like I was getting heat stroke, and so was he within like 10 minutes. I mean, it was over 95 degrees. It was just blistering.
And the heat index was near 100 or above 100. It's been the humidity especially. My goodness, it's muggy. So you have ingredients for thunderstorms, which we have that weather impact alert some later today. I want to show you the timeline of what we expect, but first let's take you to the zones. Level 3 for all of central Indiana due to the threat for scattered to numerous severe storms. Not every storm may be severe, but a lot of them will, and mainly due to gusty winds. We could have some gusts up to 75 miles per hour right there along the leading edge. And if you get a big wind surge, sometimes the storm starts to kind of wrap around itself a little bit, so it can't rule out the chance for a stray tornado. This isn't a typical, April or May type of storm where you get these big supercells that are spinning, but rather just big windstorms coming in from the north. But I tell you what, if you get a 75-mile-per-hour wind, that's basically an EF0 in your backyard anyways. So there may be some cleanup here later tonight or tomorrow with some gusty winds, maybe some extra limbs, and I would make sure you secure your outdoor backyard furniture. We're also likely going to get soaked. Now, not everyone in the green color may get 1 to 4 inches, but a lot of us will, because these downpours will come in throughout the afternoon and evening with a lot of wind, and then we may have repeated downpours, more isolated overnight tonight. But if you're in that isolated zone, you're going to quickly be racking up some inches. So there will be a flooding concern the next 36 hours. Right now, we're fairly quiet. My goodness, we're warm. We're at 79 here in Indianapolis. We just barely got out of the 80s. So it's sticky out there. We are watching storms up to our north. In fact, there's a couple different clusters. And I think that may be how our afternoon goes. We'll probably get a cluster coming in and maybe another bigger one into the afternoon, later into the afternoon and evening. But for the rest of this morning, a lot of us will stay dry, but we are watching these downpours that are skimming us just north of White County. So our very far northern counties, so it's basically White County, Cass County, Miami County, you could get skinned by some downpours here for the next few hours, but I do think for the most part, Indianapolis and kind of the surrounding area should be dry. We're getting some leftover showers out of here, and now things are quiet. 79 here. It is warm. It is sticky. We've got the fuel for thunderstorms. We'll head to near 90 degrees, and as the afternoon goes on, the rain chance goes up. I'm going to keep a small chance the rest of this morning, especially if you live farther north, but the bulk of us won't get bigger storms until later this afternoon and evening. I think the main window will be 12 to 8, but after 8 o'clock, it's not as if we're done. We'll likely have on and off downpours throughout the night, and that could rack up that flooding risk. But with the winds for that 12 to 8, we could have some gusts up to 75 miles per hour. Here's how it may play out. So the rest of this morning, we'll watch some of these downpours farther north. By the noon hour, some of these clusters that have been developing farther north will start coming at us. Following that northwesterly flow from the jet stream, we'll get some of those clusters, but it's that leading edge that we'll watch. There could be a cluster or two that come early, and then throughout the afternoon and early evening, more downpours and storms pushing on through. I think a lot of us get wet, and along those leading edge, we'll have to watch, and that's why after 12 we have the wind risk, and everyone has a chance for up to 70, maybe even up to 75-mile-per-hour winds. Tornado risks are low, but I do want to let you know there technically is a chance, but for the most part, this will be gusty winds coming in from the north. So put it all together, it could be a stormy afternoon and evening for us, and we'll have on and off storms the next several days. Julia.
Thank you, Matt. We know there's a lot for families.